Hi, my name is Bibek Adhikari. I am your English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the grammar portion of Unit 15, that is the used to structure. So let's begin. Alright, now we are going to study about the used to structures, and we are going to, find out the methods of using this structure. This structure is generally used to talk about things that happened in the past and that are no longer happening in the present time. Let's look at the picture. Here we have a picture of 30 years ago, and this is the picture of now. 30 years ago, there used to be trees in the village, as you can see, and children used to play under the tree or on the road. So these are children playing. They did not used to go to school. There's no school, as you can see. People used to work in the field. They used to have small mud houses with thatched roofs. So they used to have all these things. Enough tree, and wide, dusty roads, small houses. Everything was clean and nice. And now we have wide surfaced road. Now we have modern means of transportation, bus, trains, trams, and ferries and all that. Now children, they go to school, they don't play on the road. They need to walk by the footpath. They must walk on the footpath. Now we have big buildings, big skyscrapers, tall buildings. And it is a lot polluted now. So these are the basic differences between 30 years ago and now. So let's write that in a tabular form using the used to structure. So these are some of the differences between 30 years ago and now. 30 years ago, there used to be trees in the villages. There used to be trees, lots and lots of trees. Now there are a few or no trees in the cities. That's why the city is so much polluted. There are no trees everywhere. There are concrete buildings everywhere. There are the symbols of modernization and urbanization, and everything is slowly decaying. The natural things are going to extinct. Now let's go to 30 years ago. 30 years ago, children used to play under the trees. Now there are no trees, so children remain inside their houses most of the time, playing video games, using their smartphones, laptops, occupying themselves with the digital world. Now 30 years ago, people used to work in the field. They were farmers mostly, so they used to till the earth. They used to produce many different kinds of food. Now people go to office. Since there's no agricultural land available in the city, there are only buildings, there are only offices, so people go and work in the office. So people are no longer farmers. They no longer till the earth. Alright, these are some of the differences between 30 years ago and now. Now, can you tell me some of the things that you used to do when you were a small child and some of the things that you are currently doing when you are in grade 10? Can you tell me the differences? Can you tell me the different things that you used to do? Let's say the first thing that you used to do when you were a small child could be, I used to play with a doll. Now I play with my smartphone. See, technology. Let's come up with some other structures. I used to sing nursery rhymes. Now I sing hip-hop songs. I used to drink milk. Now I drink Coke. So these are some of the differences. You can come up with other ideas also. When I was a small child and when I am in grade 9. Now, when I was a small child, I used to play with a doll. You had a little doll, maybe a Barbie or something else, maybe a super robot, and you used to play with a doll all the time. Now I play with my smartphone. Now you have your favorite smartphone and you play games like Clash of Clans or maybe Angry Birds, or maybe Candy Crush. So you are too busy, swiping across the digital surface. Now, when you were a small child, you used to sing nursery rhymes like Baba Black Sheep, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Now you sing hip hop songs. You also dance in that rhythm. When I was a small child, I used to drink a lot of milk. I used to drink milk. Now I drink Coke. I no longer like the milk. I like Coke. So that is the difference. Now, then and now. So the basic concept is then and now. So used to is used to make a comparison between the past and present. So you're trying to make a comparison between past and present. I used to do things like these in the past, and now I do things like these. Like I used to drink a lot of milk, now I drink a lot of Fanta. So that is the comparison. Like let's say I used to listen to birds chirp, I used to listen to their songs. Now I sing modern songs. So that is the difference. That's why used to is used to make a comparison between past and present. And used to mostly denotes the past actions that are no longer performed. Things like, going to picnic, or maybe listening to birds sing, or maybe wearing school uniform, or telling stories to other kids. So these are things that you may used to do in the past, and you no longer do these things. So used to is used to denote the past actions that are no longer performed. That is why it is mostly related to a sense of nostalgia. So whenever people use the structure used to, they are becoming nostalgic in one way or other. So they are remembering their past, and they're somehow saddened by the fact that they are unable to do the things they used to do. They are grieved, because they are filled with nostalgia. And if you look at the structure of used to, we have used to plus V1. That is the first form of verb, also known as the present form. Alright, this is the structure. Let's say you are living in a city for 10 years and you have seen lots and lots of changes in the city life. Now, how are you going to explain about those changes? Maybe something like this. So this is just an example. I know you can write better than this. So let's read what I have written. I live at Imadol in Lalitpur. Last Saturday I went to Butwal. I found lots of changes there. There used to be small houses with tiled roofs, but now there are big concrete buildings. So big concrete buildings, lots of changes. There used to be tiled roofs, houses with tiled or thatched roofs. Now we have big concrete buildings. Now we have skyscrapers, standing tall and proud. Also, in the past, there used to be a small, dusty trail winding through the village. Now we have modern, wide, black-topped roads, quite big. So these are the different kind of changes that we usually see in city life. If you are a city dweller, you would know such kind of differences. If you go back to your village, you would be surprised to find a lot of different, changes, because, life, everything is dynamic and everything is changing. That's why city life has been changing. It is quite dynamic. Even the villages are changing. So village life is also dynamic. With this, we have come to the end of today's class. Now I'm going to give you some homework as usual. So this is your homework. We have a guy called Wang Den, and he has been working as an interpreter in a trekking company, a company that, helps the tourists go to several trekking areas. So he has been working there for 5 years, and now he has prepared a report on how the company has undergone change over time. So it is about company going under change over time. Complete the report using your own ideas. Now I want you to use your own ideas, use your own mind, your brain, come up with some beautiful ideas and complete this work. You can start your homework with with a sentence like, when I joined the office, there used to be only 20 staff, now there are 30 staff. Back in those days, my salary used to be very low, Now I earn plenty money. Back in those days, there used to come a few tourists for trekking. Now we have lots and lots of tourists flooding inside our office, barging through the door and just waiting to be trekked. Something like that. So can you point out the changes? I think you can. It's an easy job. So I'm leaving this to you. Complete the work. With this, we have come to the end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video series, feel free to write us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.